Welcome to the Queen City of Cincinnati at one of the most historic venues in all of college football. Nippert Stadium, home to the Cincinnati Bearcats. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Houston Cougars taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Cincinnati Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Bearcats will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Houston's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. And here he comes, the guy who pulls all the strings in this attack.
I think what makes him so unique, he has such a good understanding of this offense, always seems to know what the answer is to the test.
Always in control. The receivers know they're going to get the football. Everybody believes in this dude.
Smith wants to throw. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Ball is loose. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Smashes through. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cougars have it with a 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Going to the running game. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dances away. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeps looking downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone, using the quick game. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. And the Cougars will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal for the offense. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll keep it himself. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. They want to fight this one in a phone booth. 3 tight ends on the field on 3rd and goal. Barrels ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Houston.
I really love that first drive by the offense. It always seemed like they were just one step ahead of the D, and a nice job there down close. When the defense knew they were going to run the football, being more physical, running it in on 3rd down to get the touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Cincinnati Bearcats offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Scanning the field, it's Sorsby. Escapes the sack. It's complete on the right side. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Going up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. They get him down after he makes the catch. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Give to the running back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Defense.
Neutral zone infraction will push the ball up 5 yards. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Throws to the wideout. Fires it incomplete. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll go with a direct snap. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And the Bearcats getting set on 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Caught in the backfield, it's Kiner. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Fires into traffic, picked off. He'll try to take it back. At the 20. Touchdown, Houston. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Number 17.
What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Lining up for the PAT.
For the extra point.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it.
Cincinnati, 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to pass, it's Sorsby. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Bearcats will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Quarterback checking off. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Off play action. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert 3rd and short. Quick strike complete. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's a first down for the offense.
That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Melton. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Handoff from the gun. Fights off a defender. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Unloads to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. At the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown Bearcats. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I could be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out a wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Rockney and Leahy, this has not been a blowout in South Bend today. They're up by 10 over the Red Hawks of Miami. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The completion short of the sticks, it's second down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Smith dropping to pass. Good timing on the quick out. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
At the 33. And that's good enough for a first down.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Here on second down, let's see if they keep it on the ground.
Second down.
On the run, it's Sanford. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. This Houston offense about to snap it on first down again. They're getting this guy lathered up. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Comes out throwing on first down. Finds his man. It's Wilson. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Forced out of the pocket. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, he's looking downfield. Caught near the sticks. It's Wilson. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
5-yard line. First and goal, Houston.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Oh, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
21, Cincinnati, 7.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field, looking for a physical attack from the gun. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Sorsby. Finds his big tight end. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Smith. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Finds his tight end. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays and then make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and bring him down for a huge loss.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Going for it all. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Splits the uprights. Good.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this 1st half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Houston offense comes onto the field. Smith wants to throw. Makes his connection. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver. Just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy. And I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
Tackle is made after the first down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads it left. Makes the grab. They'll immediately call timeout.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Wilson. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. The Cougars will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Wilson. And they pick up just a few on that completion. First snap in the red zone on this drive. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
He got it. And now the lead is extended a little further.
That makes the score Houston 24, Cincinnati 10.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very intriguing first 2 quarters of football in Cincinnati. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Nippert Stadium.
Just about set to start the second half. Houston will kick it away. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner goes down. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get...
He uncorks one deep. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He'll run it again. Smashes through. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll give it to the back. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Pushes for the goal line. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And here they come, almost all the way back. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point is good as they close to within a touchdown, 24-17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Florida State is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Doak Campbell Stadium, one of the more special places to watch a game in all of college football. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Cal.
Caught in the backfield, it's Wilson.
We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
Houston will be forced to punt. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Gives it to the back on the draw. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Dropping back, it's Sorsby. Fires to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Bearcats will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Touch pass on the right. Keeps the legs moving. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. A 3rd and long coming up here. They want to just keep throwing it. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. The official says no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Houston, 24. Cincinnati, 17.
Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the middle. He makes the catch. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. A big game there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Smith dropping to pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. The sweet feet buy a little time. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Still looking on the move. Get all you can, then get down with the slide. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Neil boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Line gets set, 1st down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Sorsby. Gets it out fast. Shakes off the tackler. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27.
Encroachment. Defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Unloads to the right. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Bearcats will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Ready to fire from the pistol. Power football with the run. He breaks a tackle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside. Defense.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. First down to start the drive after the break. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. He'll set up to throw. Get it out on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs.
And first down for the offense.
Smith wants to throw. Lets it fly. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw it again. It's caught downfield. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their heads into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. After that, there might be a few extra tackling drills in practice this week.
Well, listen, and when you only got one guy there, it makes it really hard to get to the ground. You need a swarm. Where are my other guys? You got to get 1, 2, 3 more guys to the football and make sure you get them on the ground.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Nebraska is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Lincoln for some time. They're up by 36 over Illinois.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Looking for a man. It's Sorsby. Makes the grab down the middle. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the mark. The running back has it. Discards a man. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. They'll leave it with him. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Holding. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. He wants to throw here on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on looking for the end zone. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Smith dropping to pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On third and long, he has to throw for it. He'll try to do it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Makes his man miss. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll run play action. Fires to the middle. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? How aggressive might this play call be on third and short from the 46? They'll try to get the first through the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Yeah, salt enter wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Just about set to kick it away.
Cincinnati, 17.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Looking for a huge play. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. He'll take a deep shot here. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking left. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Throws to the tight end. Got it past the marker. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bearcats are marching down the field. He wants to throw it again. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
After the misfire, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. The snap sets up the throw. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Bearcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good. They march 72 yards. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Smith wants to throw. Pressure coming. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Looking to the big tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out.
Roughing the pass. Defense.
So the offense gets an automatic 1st down after the roughing the passer penalty. He wants to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He finds his man. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Sorsby. fires to the wideout. He makes a grab. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats! And the comeback is on.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Just over 50 seconds to go. They're trying to pull off a comeback, and they'll need to get this onside kick to do it. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. They'll keep it on the ground. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.